To unpack this conversation for us a bit more further, we're now joined by our reporter in the Northwest, Tumelo Sitlabetsi, and he joins us via our video link. Tumelo, thank you so much for your time this evening. Now, you have been covering the story looking into stock theft, and now that we've seen this development of the IPID being roped in, what does this mean for the farming community in the Northwest?
Let me take this time, Bali, greet you and also to greet the viewers, our viewers of Channel 404 at home. You know, this is a very saddening story because these farmers, they actually depend on this livestock. They depend on these animals. But now the fact that there's a whole lot of activities happening around there. There's a whole lot of criminals that are stealing from them. They are actually removing food from their tables. And most of them are old people. They have retired. They have, with the money that they have received from different companies that they've been working for, now they've spent this money or they've invested this money on buying livestock. Now thieves are doing as they wish with their livestock, and this is very saddening, Mbali.
And, you know, when it comes to complaints from the community, also accusing the police of colluding with some of those who are stealing, from these farmers, when you're looking at these allegations leveled at police, do you think that there is a lot to actually look into?
Definitely there's a lot to look into, because speaking to these farmers, they will tell you that they are sad stories. There's, some of them were even crying when speaking about incidents that happened to them. Some of them, there's one farmer who was actually telling me after doing the interview off record, he was just telling me that one local farmer who had a number of goats in his area. Then these thieves came, they slaughtered these goats and they threw their heads into his kraal. When he woke up in the morning, he found those heads in the kraal. It was very saddening. Another one of the fathers, like we were just watching now in the package, said, I went to the police and I asked for help, but instead they just couldn't help me. They just walked away. He says they were actually not interested in what he was saying. And now looking at the fact that police, or rather, one of them said, in fact, the police are the ones who are driving these syndicates of taking people's livestock. They actually blame, or they entirely blame the police. They put the blame on the police because of this whole situation of livestock. And I can tell you, Mbali, most farmers have lost hope in government. They have lost hope in the police. Hence, this organization, Ngaka Modiri Molema District, has seen very fitting rather to call the Independent Police Investigative Directorate. When we were speaking to Jennifer Phitsane, she did mention very important factors that they will definitely look deeper into the situation and arrest. She did promise that they are going to arrest those who are involved into these criminal activities, because it seems like some of these police officers are actually working with some of community members whose intentions are to steal from those that are trying to make a living out of this life, or rather out of these animals.
And how would you say, when you look at the livestock theft in the Northwest, how widespread is livestock theft?
It's very wide, Mbali, because we have been reporting cases about this issue of livestock. We've been getting calls in our office about farmers complaining about livestock. We've covered livestock. We've spoken to the police. We've spoken to all the relevant talking heads. So this is very rife in this, especially in our Northwest province, because Northwest is most rural, and then most people are depending on livestock, because they were actually saying it doesn't help going out looking for jobs. Even if people still go out looking for jobs, but it's a good thing that you have something at home. You have your animals, you have your livestock at home, especially as Africans. They prefer having animals at home as a livelihood.
Yeah.
So it's very ripe. Most of them are very heartbroken. They have lost hope. They don't know where to go. They are just that is why they've resorted to calling IPID to say, you national, as our national office, please come and help us, because what is happening to us, we don't know how to explain it anymore.
And Tumelo, now that IPID has been roped in, what has been the response from the farmers? Because, I mean, they have been crying out for help for a number of months now.
The farmers are actually happy. We even spoke to the Royal House. They said they're actually happy and they are very hopeful. Now that, imagine if Phitsane, head of IPID nationally, came and she did promise them that she will take this matter to a higher point, and to the way she will resolve this matter in the proper way that it has to be resolved. Now, the farmers are actually happy that Phitsane recently came and they did tell her their issues. They cried about all the issues that they are facing. Now, she came in a very short space of time. They were very excited because of that. Now they are saying at least they have hope that someone can at least now listen to them, because none of the officers have been paying attention to their cries. Now they are very happy and they are looking forward to a better outcome, especially with this matter that they are facing. Mbali?
And Tumelo, how long is this investigation expected to take place? You know, did IPID actually tell you how long they anticipate for this investigation to take place?
Well, Mali, they didn't specify the time codes. They didn't actually give time as to when will this issue be resolved, because they asked that they should be given time to investigate, to look deeper into this matter, because it seems like it's involving a whole lot of people. Now, they meant that saying, as head of the department, she did ask that they must be given time to investigate, and then they will come back to give reports as to what has happened. And she also, Mbali, I need to tell you this, she also made promise that those officers that are found to be involved in these criminal activities, they are definitely going to be arrested, because they want, she's looking forward for community members having an office of SABC that is friendly to communities, protecting communities, and also making sure that none of the community members is not receiving help as they should.
Tumelo, thank you so much for your time this evening and for that update on that very important story for the community of the Northwest. That's our reporter, Tumelo Sitlhabetsi, SABC News reporter in the Northwest.